Hey, it's Dusty with another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for demanding to check my brother's girlfriend's bags before they leave my house? A bit of background here. I, 39 female, have a brother, 32 male, who I will call Chase. Chase has been with this girl, 35 female, that I'll call Vivian, for almost 2 years now. About a month into their relationship, Vivian got pregnant with my nephew, who is now almost a year old. Vivian also has 2 daughters, 5 female and 8 female, from a previous relationship. Her daughters are very close in age to my daughter, 7 female, and up until last weekend, everyone got along just fine. They live in a different state than us, but come to visit fairly often and stay with us because we have the extra room. Last weekend, they came to stay again, and about an hour before they left, my daughter noticed that a few of her favorite toys were missing. The girls were playing all weekend, so I didn't think much of it, and offered to help her look for them. After about 20 minutes of searching, we could not find the toys anywhere, so I asked Vivian girls if they remembered where they were playing with them last. The girls said no, but acted a little guilty about it. I asked Chase and Vivian about it, and Chase said he saw the exact toys in the room that Vivian's girls were sleeping in. We went to check, and they were not there. He asked Vivian if she had moved them back when she packed the girls' things this morning, and she said they were not there. We went back into the living room, and I saw Vivian's girls huddled close together over a backpack and quickly closed it when they saw we were there. Okay, well, if it wasn't a red flag before, it is now. Chase asked the girls again if they knew where the toys were, and this time they didn't say anything and just looked at their mom. So mom already knew. Chase reached for the bag, and Vivian lost it. She started yelling at me, how dare I accuse her daughters of stealing, and she tried to snatch the bag away. Chase opened it, and there were the missing toys, plus a few more. How dare you accuse them of something that they absolutely did? And didn't do a good job of hiding, and looked at me because we already had an arrangement here. I was absolutely furious. I told her I wanted to see what else she had and demanded she open the 2 suitcases. She said that was an invasion of her privacy and tried to take them and leave. Chase stopped her and made her open them. She had taken several tops, a few skirts and dresses, and a brand new pair of Nikes that belonged to my daughter. I took everything back and told her she and the girls were not allowed back into my home. I have since received several texts from her and a few unknown numbers telling me how I embarrassed her and upset her girls because they were promised the items by their thieving mom? Chase is upset with her, but said I was too mean to her in front of everyone and that I could have handled the situation more privately. Oh, you got embarrassed because your thieving wife and her 2 little cohorts got busted. I bet that is embarrassing. That's a you problem, broseph. I do feel awful that her girls left crying, but am I the astronaut for how I handled the situation? Edited to add answers to a few questions I keep getting. I'm not sure who promised the girls the items. She would not elaborate, but I'm assuming it was her. She wanted me to pull her aside into a different room away from Chase and the kids to talk the situation out. Also, yes, I'm 99% sure the baby is his. He is almost a carbon copy of my brother when he was a baby. I do not believe the girls knew they were stealing the things. I really believe that their mom told them it was okay. We have never had problems with the girls before. They really seem to be good kids. Also, I'll be talking with my brother tonight or tomorrow to discuss things further. Edit 2, I will be speaking with my brother in about an hour. I have been in contact with someone that knows her, and a lot has come to light. I will update again if my brother says I can, as it's his life and not mine. Vivian is not at all who she claims to be. We have an update to read before we do that. She's guilty as F. And getting all pissed off and using her children to steal things?
She's teaching those kids to be...
What is this? Did she come from the streets of Agrabah? Like what?
Gotta steal to eat.
Gotta eat to live.
Tell you all about it when I got that time.
You were born a street rat. You'll die a street rat, and only your fleas will mourn you. This is messed up. And I'm guessing that the conversation to this point with his brother is like, hey, do you know that you are married to a con artist now? How dare you get offended that I stole from you? Update May 1st. Thank you all so much for the responses. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get to everybody's comments as I really didn't think this would take off. I talked with my brother last night and showed him a lot of your comments and suggestions, and thanks to someone in the comments, we now know a lot more about Vivian and the kind of person she really is. I will not be able to tell you all everything, but I can tell you that my brother and nephew are now staying with us while he gets a DNA test and proceeds to cut ties with her. I may have more to give you all in the coming days or weeks, depending on what the paternity test says. Again, thank you all so much. No other update yet.
And her account is...
OP's account is deleted?
Yes.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Beer today, that level of malicious thievery may spawn thrown hands and or law enforcement. These poor kids. You know what I mean? I know people use kids to aid in a bed in stealing stuff as accomplices. Like hey, another simple favor. If you've watched that, which just came out, right? It is like one of the triplets was explicitly raised and used as an accomplice for. Well, this is certainly blown up, but who am I to deny the people what they want? KAS lore. For obvious reasons, I'm going to be a little vague with certain details for privacy reasons. Mainly, I don't want this crazy train coming back into my life, and hopefully you'll understand why by the end. So buckle up, bitches. This one is long and wild. And please don't judge me. We don't associate with any of these people anymore, and haven't for over a decade. Also, I will say that she is a very pretty girl and has usually gotten whatever she wants from men, so she's not used to hearing no. 2005. When I was 18, my then boyfriend, now husband, and I were invited to a house party hosted by a friend of a friend to celebrate graduation. We knew about half the people there and had been to the house a handful of times before. We were all hanging out in the basement, and after a few drinks, I went upstairs to use the bathroom, and that's where I met KAS, who was 14 at the time. The bathroom door was open, so I walked in and turned on the light, but to my surprise, there she was with some guy in the bathtub doing things you typically wouldn't do in an unlocked room. I apologized and found a different bathroom. About an hour later, she came downstairs where the rest of us were and locked in on my boyfriend and made a beeline for him. Keep in mind, I'm right next to him. She tries to sit on his lap. When he pushes her off of him, she pops back up like a demented jack-in-the-box and immediately starts screeching about how she was just playing. You aren't even hot, and you could do so much better than her to him. We stayed another hour or so and left. A week later, she was blowing up the guy's phone that she hooked up with and telling him she was pregnant. When he didn't believe her, because honestly, who would after just a week, she tried to press charges for. I do know my boyfriend and I both had to talk to a police officer because we were both there and I was the one that walked in on them. I don't know what happened after that, but the charges were eventually dropped. 2009. My husband and I are 22 and she is 18. We are now married and living on the East Coast because he's in the military. We come home for his parents' 4th of July party and get tasked with going to get more ice. He runs in to pay and I'm standing by the ice chest outside waiting for him, and guess who shows up? She walks straight up to me and says something along the lines of, she's glad I finally learned my place and that she and my husband have been so happy together for the last year. She also made some very vulgar comments about their sex life. I don't even have time to react to her when he comes back outside and she goes pale and then bright red. This crazy bish then has the audacity to look at my husband and ask him what he wants for dinner that night and tried to remind him of plans they have that weekend to go to the lake with her family, while he just stands there staring at her like a dumbass and then asks if he knows her. I absolutely lose it and almost piss myself from laughing as she stalks off. Once we're back to his parents, he gets a Facebook friend request from her and deletes it. Over the period of 3 days, she sends him 4 or 5 friend requests, so he blocks her. We go back to North Carolina the following week and forget all about her again. 2010.
Oh my gosh.
This is already movie worthy. I'm now 7 months pregnant with our daughter, and we fly back to our hometown one last time before she's born, of course. Run into KAS again at Walmart. I know how it sounds, but we're from a town of about 5,000 people, so you kind of see everybody all the damn time, whether you want to or not. I'm noticeably pregnant, as I'm 7 months along. I'm also only 5'2", and at the time weighed about 115 pounds, so it was very clearly a baby bump. She's with her sister, and they seem to be following us, but we try to ignore them. We're now checking out, and again, they're right behind us, still acting like children, but in her defense, she was 19-ish at the time. We're still ignoring them, and her sister says fairly loudly, he'll dump her now that she's fat. We continue to ignore them and leave the store. Later that day, a friend tells us to check Facebook, and lo and behold, there's a picture of me in the snack aisle with the caption, when you catch your surrogate buying nothing but junk food. And so many comments agreeing how horrible I am. This psycho had been telling everybody that I was the surrogate for her and my husband's baby. We filed a restraining order the next day.
What the f***? Oh my god. This is like, we need the Netflix movie for this. This bitch is nuts. Like, she's so nuts, I kind of feel sorry because something happened to her to make her this way.
Agreed. Something definitely happened to her.
But, oh my gosh.
But
my eyes are just like popping out of my head right now.
I don't
love
know.
blind reacting.
I am so baffled by the fact that she only turns this on when they come back physically to that town.
It's like she has her.
She doesn't, at least she doesn't follow you guys back home, right?
Yeah.
She buys her own bullshit. That's for sure.
She cray. Okay, keep going.
All right. 2018. We moved back to our hometown and buy my family's farmland to start our own cattle business. Highly don't recommend if you like to be able to make and keep plans, see your family, or take vacations. Also, why would you move back home knowing this crazy bitch is there? As far as we know, she has gotten married and is living her life away from us. About 6 months into us being back, we get a letter in the mail from a family lawyer saying my husband needs to present himself for a paternity test, and we were being sued for child support. Apparently, the baby girl came out white, and KAS's husband was not. She told her husband that my husband had her and that it was his baby. Charges were filed, and thankfully we were still in North Carolina at the time of conception, and the Army is very meticulous about knowing where their soldiers are at all times. The grape charges were immediately dismissed, and the paternity test and child support was too. We filed another RO and installed cameras all over our property. Her husband ended up adopting the baby, and they stayed together. Really, dude? Really did they stayed together because after that stunt, he was just afraid of what she would do. 2020, she makes the front page of our town paper. Apparently, KAS had another baby girl who also did not match her husband's skin tone. He kicked her and the kids out, and one night she came back to his house in full view of his security cameras in her own car with the kids and set his porch on fire.
Who is this woman?
The husband got temporary custody of the girls for about 2 years while KAS was in jail. 2023, she gets the girls back and dips out of state. The husband files a police report and everybody's looking out for her. Unfortunately, the husband passes in a car accident the same year. Oh, these poor kids, which is how they became the accomplices to her. 2025, I'm doom scrolling on Reddit and see a story that sounds very familiar, and here we are. Reasons I thought it was her from the other post, her and her girls' ages. We knew she had a baby boy recently. She has a history of theft and immediately playing the victim when caught. We still have a few mutuals on Facebook, so I do see her post from time to time, and knew she moved in with the new guy, Opie's brother from the other post, about 1.5 years ago. Well, I think that's the meat and potatoes of it. I'll be around later this afternoon to answer any questions. I may have some of the other dates off, but hell, my memory is trash these days, and I try not to think about her or any of those crazies.
My mind is like, I'm the emoji with the mind blown.
Yeah.
Because so whoever in chat told us to go find this. Oh my gosh. So she's in the Reddit post.
Okay, so KAS joins the comments in the actual Reddit post?
Yeah. That's we might have to go into more detail on Thunder and Spark tomorrow. Holy shitballs. This is like the Netflix documentary, like Hulu documentary that I would sit and watch 6 episodes of because I'm just fascinated by this type of human behavior. I'm sorry, I know that's crazy, but I am.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it happens or how
I'm
it works.
Terrified by it.
Yeah, I'm
terrified that our kids are growing up in a world where this shit is happening.
Yeah, this is a deep dive. If I found a new rabbit hole, I'll be going down it.
KAS update. All right, here we go. The plot thickens.
I'm so excited.
The story continues. The saga goes on. Hey y'all, this is probably going to be the last KAS update for a while. It's been a rough 48 hours between some issues we're having on the farm due to 4 days straight of rain and KAS finding the posts about her. I'll try to be brief, but give you guys an update as to what's going on. I have been in contact with the OP from the first post, and we have permission to include a couple of updates from her situation as well. KAS has been arrested.
Woohoo!
Her girls are safe with OP's brother, and they are all back at his house. She found the posts and went feral with comments, and even a post which included a picture of my husband she took from my Facebook that I have since had to deactivate. We called our local sheriff's department about the harassment and learned that she had an active warrant. I was able to get in touch with OP to find out exactly where she was, and they contacted the law enforcement agency in that area, and they went and got her. We have pressed charges as well. Right now, she's looking at stalking, harassment, child endangerment, resisting arrest, and assault on an officer among the charges she already had pending. Oh, you mean so when they went to pick her up, she fought him? I knew what might happen if I responded to OP's post, but I do not regret reaching out to her or exposing her antics. What matters is everyone is safe and she is being held without bond. Update from OP. The girls are safe with my brother and he has all 3 of the children. He's been awarded temporary guardianship and we will be getting them into counseling in the coming week. I tried to press charges, but as the items never left my home, I was unable to. We will have the results of the paternity test next week as well, but no matter the outcome, he will be trying to get full rights to my nephew.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Holy shit. Oh my God, she's crazy. I'm so glad she's behind bars. I feel safer.
She's behind bars for now,
Also,
but
I made my chair go down.
she just,
Because I jumped.
But you jumped.
I'm sinking.
I'm sinking.
What? I just don't understand. I can't wrap my brain around stuff like this. I think that's why it fascinates me.
So she has this ability to spool up any kind of reality that she wants, and it worked for her for a long time, right? Now she's going to try to do that in the legal system as well.
She derailed our stream, like she derailed this person's life. I'm not mad about it.
She's got a gift, and the gift is chaos.
Chaos. She's like a storm, like a tornado blowing through wherever.
Not like us. She's not like us.
Tornado blowing
She
through
not like
wherever
us.
she goes.
She not
That's
like us.
crazy.
Tasmanian devil mode.
She has no
No moral compass.
Psychopathic, sociopathic, like something. Yeah, she has nothing.
Yeah, it is something. There's a flaw in the code, right?
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes sense why someone would do this and buy their own bullshit long enough. And
She has no empathy, which makes me think those things. Like Mike Sherr's just
psychopath,
sinking.
sociopath.
I'm going
You're still
down.
going down.
I'm going back up. Guys. Here we go. Okay.
I'm back.
We need to get Candy Thunder an official dedicated stool for here.
I need some hydraulics or something. This needs some.
We did look. We went to TJ Maxx over the weekend and we did try to look, but they didn't have one tall enough. So we still got the rolly, unreliable one right now. Sociopath, histrionic personality, or sociopathy.
Listen, if Netflix or Hulu doesn't pick up this documentary, I feel like we might.
Good
We
gravy.
have the capabilities.
Good gravy.